Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to TCS iON IntelliGem 2024. Before we move any further, may I please request Ms. Shalini Gopalakrishnan, Head TCS iON IntelliGem and School Education Engagements, to set the ball rolling.
A happy new year to everyone gathered here today, and a warm welcome to the national grand finale of the 6th edition of TCS iON IntelliGem. Hearty congratulations to all our finalists. In the last few years, educational institutions, policies, and forums have stressed upon the need to inculcate the much needed 21st century skills in young learners at an early age. With the advance in AI, this need has increased manifold, with surprising speed and agility. At TCS iON, with this foresight, IntelliGem was conceptualized as early as 2018. The purpose then was to reach out to schools, educators, students, and parents alike to increase the awareness of these crucial 21st century skills. We aim to make the students realize their true potential and be prepared for the unknown, uncertain, yet ever evolving future. This program, devised in a contest mode, runs almost through the entire academic session, starting from the Independence Day and concluding on the Republic Day. Right from the selection of the 5 skills or topics, to the structure of the various stages of the contest, to creation of the evaluation criteria, the entire student journey, learning, and experience has been diligently designed by a team of experts. Once the student registers and enrolls into the program, they are exposed to enriching learning content, and the student definitely takes something back home with them. Now, to all our finalists, congratulations and wish you the very best. You have proven to be an IntelliGem, and that is what we celebrate. Every one of you is a gem. Now, without further ado, over to the host. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's my privilege to introduce our host for the day. Rashmi is currently Asia's only professional lady quiz host. An alumnus of the prestigious NITK Surathkal and IIM Calcutta, she has hosted close to 1,000 shows across India, Singapore, and several countries across the Middle East. She is the only woman to have been invited to host a quiz at Kuwait for the last 5 years. She was recognized by Business World as 40 under 40 as a personality from India to reckon with. She was the winner of the Quiz Host of the Year 2022 by SMX Leadership Summit. She's been part of this quiz for many years, as she has been part of several quizzes such as Tata Crucible, the Union Bank Quiz, the Rural IT Quiz, TCS Inquisitive, just to name a few. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get started. Time to welcome your host, Miss Rashmi Furtado.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to TCS iON IntelliGem 2024. This is creativity and innovation for the junior category, that is for the students of classes 5 and 6. This is, of course, the 6th edition of the TCS iON IntelliGem. This is based on future skills that TCS identified for the students of our country, which is absolutely important for them as they grow into their respective future. So let's get to know our finalists for the day and then move on into this grand finale that we have for you. Our first finalist for the day is Shreyash Makkam from Kennedy High, the Global School, Hyderabad. Following Shreyansh, we have Aradhya from PSBB Senior Secondary School, Kanchipuram. Up next is Rishabh from Sri Kumaran Children's Home, Bangalore. And completing this lineup for us here today is Suryansh from Sanskriti the Gurukul, Guwahati. Well, these are our finalists, ladies and gentlemen. They have gone through multiple preliminary rounds to reach this grand finale here today. Time for us to get them into the grand finale and introduce the first round of the creativity and innovation for the junior category, Shrood Sawant. Here we go. This challenge consists of 3 parts. Let's see what the 3 parts are. In the first part of the challenge, they have to design a logo. All of them have the same challenge and they have to design a logo. Let's get to know what the challenge is. Elon Musk changed Twitter's Bluebird logo to the letter X as a part of a major rebranding. Imagine that before changing the logo, Elon Musk had called for an open public competition to design a new logo for Twitter. What logo would you have created for him and why? So each of our contestants have created their respective logos. Here they are on your screen, all 4 of them. So ladies and gentlemen, these are the beautiful logos created by our finalists. Well, it's the job of our jury to decide which is the best one. For now, let's move into the second part of this challenge. All right, the challenge is on your screen. Older adults, it's a scenario. Let me just explain the scenario to you. Older adults use smartphones for personal use as they genuinely desire to be virtually connected with their loved ones who are miles away. Many smartphone applications have been developed recently to encourage healthy diets and active lifestyles. However, the use of these smartphone apps among the elderly population remains very low. A research result shows that older adults face challenges in using smartphones due to vision impairments, lack of interest and knowledge in using technological devices and their advanced functionalities, and other difficulties when using the smartphones due to their touchscreen interface and small screen size. In addition, they also struggle to read the font on small smartphone screens due to their impaired vision. Now, aware of the practical issues that the older adults face in using smartphones, Apple calls for student representatives from around the globe to design elderly-friendly smartphone features or built-in apps for iPhones to develop empathy among children towards senior citizens. If you are selected as a student representative for this project, what will be the features that you would recommend? Our finalists have some amount of time to answer these questions and they have handed in their responses. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next part of this challenge. The third part of the challenge is on your screen, ladies and gentlemen. In this part, our finalists have 13 puzzles that they need to solve and they have 13 minutes to do so. They get about a 60-second time limit for each of the puzzle. The scoring pattern is right there on your screen. But what we need to remember is that there is no negative marking if they get an answer wrong. So this is the entire puzzle and our finalists have done extremely well in this round. Let's move into the next round and see what's in store for them in this round. Coming up on your screen is the next round, Awesome Author. In this round, ladies and gentlemen, our contestants have been given a caselet. They have to go through the entire caselet and they have a few questions that they have to answer under or at the end of the caselet. Let's first speak to Shreyansh. Shreyansh, go ahead. What are your solutions?
I, as Kapi, would like to say to Teddy that I'm completely sorry because I did not attend the competition because I was ill. So I would apologize to Teddy and go to Teddy's home and make him feel comfortable and happier so that he doesn't have any bad impression on Kapi.
Well, that was great. Let's move on to our second finalist. Aradhya, it's your turn. What are your solutions?
Yes, I've heard it from my friends. They would tell me that the other friends let them down. I usually tell them to ask the other friend why they had let them down.
That was a wonderful solution, Aradhya. Moving on to our third finalist, Rishabh. Rishabh, please go ahead and tell us about your solutions.
I was sick and could not get up this morning. Uh, I was sick and could not get up this morning for the first one. For the second one, yes, I thought for the second one, part one, I would say I have been in a similar situation. I thought my friend didn't want to play with me and just cared about his video games, but I realized that he had a 5 minute break and couldn't play outside. And I would avoid these situations by confronting the person and why they didn't come or ask them to say it beforehand. To handle it, I'd say, I'm sorry, I didn't know, I just was mad because I was tense. Maybe next time you can call me and tell me beforehand.
Well, that was wonderful. Moving on to our final contestant here today, Suryansh. Go ahead and give us your solutions.
I would choose the fourth option. I'm really sorry I missed the competition. I understand that you feel let down, and that completely fair.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you saw the caliber of our finalists here today. After this, we move into the next challenge of this grand finale. Coming up is innovative problem solver, something that many of us adults even struggle with problem solving. And as a part of creativity and innovation, our finalists have to go through a challenge that will test their problem solving ability. And that happens in this round. In this round, our finalists have been given certain number of caselets and they have to solve each of these caselets and give us their solutions. Let's see what our contestants have to say when it comes to problem solving. Let's first speak to Shreyansh. Shreyansh, go ahead. What are your solutions?
This is the place where the children are playing
Okay.
tag.
Okay.
Alex was sitting here alone as
Hmm.
he was new and he was like not that well known to all of the people. This is me and this is Jay. Jay was looking forward and was hesitating to call a new player, where I helped Jay by taking Alex and also helped Alex. I made Alex meet our all new friends, and I took Alex to the new routes in the school, and we played together. He was telling, Alex was loving to be the best friends of me and Jay. Finally, he was on cloud nine for being with good friends like me and Jay. That's the point, mom.
Well, that was great. Let's move on to our second finalist. Aradhya, it's your turn. What are your solutions?
Sorry, this picture I drew myself asking Alex if he wants to join the game, and then I represented Jay telling I don't want him to join. Jay is like, no. And then I wrote some points on this. In this situation, if Alex wants to join us and Jay tells him not to join, I'll tell him, imagine you're Alex and replace yourself with him. How would you feel, lonely or sad? Let's join him. Everyone deserves to be happy.
That was a wonderful solution, Aradhya. Moving on to our third finalist, Rishabh. Rishabh, please go ahead and tell us about your solutions.
Okay. So after Jay is reluctant to invite him, I'll say, listen, Jay, he's a new student. He came to this school because he couldn't make friends in his old school and was getting bullied. I feel bad for him. Me and the rest will go sit with him or invite him to play tag or any other. So it's either you let him play or I am not playing with you. So what do you say? We want to play with you, but you should not be so narrow-minded and let everyone who wants to play.
Well, that was wonderful. Moving on to our final contestant here today, Suryansh. Go ahead and give us your solutions.
The question I took was during recess, you and your friends are engrossed in a game of tag in school playground. Meanwhile, Alex, a new and somewhat reserved student, sits alone on a bench observing other children having fun. You feel the desire to invite Alex to join your game. However, Jay, one of your friends, is quite competitive and reluctant to include a new player. What action will you take in this situation? So my answer is I will tell Jay that though competition is important, but we all should have fun together. I will then go up to Alex and I will offer him to play with us and have a good time. As I also think that having more players in a game of tag is better. I will do this every recess till the time that Alex opens up and he comes to play with us on his own.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you saw the caliber of our finalists here today. They have come up with really creative and innovative solutions for the problems that were given to them. So now let's move on into the last part of our grand finale. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been watching the grand finale of creativity and innovation for the junior category, a part of TCS iON IntelliGem 2024. Let's take a look at the final challenge, Smart Thinker. Under this challenge, our finalists, it's a three-part challenge. So let's take a look at the first part of the challenge. In a race, a competitor has to collect 6 apples which are kept in a straight line on a track, and a bucket is placed at the beginning of the track, which is at a starting point. The rule is that the competitor can pick only 1 apple at a time, run back with it and drop it in the bucket. If he has to drop all the apples into the bucket, what distance would he have to run if the bucket is 5 meters from the first apple and all the other apples are placed 3 meters apart? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you that I do not want to solve this problem on your screen, but let's see what our finalists have to say. All right, let's hear them out. Our first finalist, Shreyansh, what's your solution?
It is 90 meters.
Thank you, Shreyansh. Moving on to our second finalist, Aradhya. Go ahead.
The answer is 34 meters.
Thank you, Aradhya. Moving on to Rishabh. Go ahead, Rishabh.
8 meters.
Wonderful. Let's move on to our final contestant, Suryansh. Go ahead.
Mom, he will have to run 150 meters.
All right. Thank you, Suryansh. Well, all of them have given their solutions. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 2 coming up on your screen, ladies and gentlemen. Where have you seen this symbol or this sign? And could you explain this briefly? Let's get to our finalists and see what they have to say. Shreyansh, go ahead. You have to tell me where you have seen it and you have to explain what it means.
It's found on a road where you can go for free without paying.
Thank you, Shreyansh. Moving on to our second finalist here today, Aradhya, it's your turn. Please begin.
I saw this board in roadsides. This means that you have to give way in the road for elderly people to walk in the road.
Thank you, Aradhya. Moving on to Rishabh. Go ahead, Rishabh.
I have seen this in sidewalks where they ask to give way to pedestrians or people, cyclists.
All right. Thank you, Rishabh. Moving on to Suryansh. Go ahead.
So suppose there are two roads, like they are crossing each other. So basically these are two cars and they both want to go this side. And basically the giveaway style is here. So it basically has to let this car go and then after that it has to go. So it has to like stop and then let the other cars go first and then go.
Thank you, Suryansh. The final puzzle or the final challenge on your screen, ladies and gentlemen. Question number 3, or the last question of this grand finale, ladies and gentlemen, on your screen. It's a puzzle with hidden monuments of our country. The challenge is for our finalists to identify each of these monuments. So let's see what our finalists have to say and how many they can identify. All right, let's get started. This time with Suryansh. Suryansh, go ahead. You can begin.
I see India Gate. Is that Red Fort? I think that's the Red Fort. Taj Mahal. What is that? I don't know the others.
Wonderful. Thank you, Suryansh. Moving on to Rishabh. Rishabh, go ahead.
I see the Red Fort. I see Taj Mahal. I'm not able to see that image properly. Is that the Statue of Unity? Over in the middle. It's a little blurry. Yeah, I'm done.
Thank you, Rishabh. Let's move on to our next finalist, Aradhya.
The one on the left side bottom, it's Taj Mahal. And the one on the right top is Ellora Caves.
Thank you, Aradhya. And completing this lineup for us, or completing this round for us, is Shreyansh. Go ahead.
Ma'am, the answers are Charminar, Indian Gate, Gateway of India, Taj Mahal, Red Fort, Qutub Minar, Jallianwala Bagh.
Thank you, Shreyansh. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to move into our jury round to get to know our jury and then the jury feedback. Ms. Viola R. Krishnamani, and joining her is Ms. Rajani Uttarkar. And joining both of them is Mr. Sarvanand Sundarmurthy. He is the founder and CEO of Ed6 Brain Lab. Time for us to move into the jury feedback, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what our jury has to say about the entire grand finale.
Shreyans, your ability to produce original, innovative ideas is super cool, right? Your out-of-the-box thinking, excellent. And your ability to produce multiple solutions with social value, super cool. And I'm really impressed with your calm and composed approach as well. Hats off. What you can work on: number 1, creativity and artistic skills. Number two, you need to elaborate more details, right? When you're presenting, the jury need to understand what you're trying to say, right? You may have a lot of wonderful ideas in mind, but unless you express, you miss out. And the third one being effective usage of time. When you have a lot of time, use it. You use it to your advantage. Give lots more data points. Give a lot more of your solutions. Elaborate it more so that you can make the time that is available for you to the best. And all the best. Aradhya, you got very good capability to devise practical and implementable solutions. Very good for that. And you have the ability to come up with solutions with social value. That is super awesome. What you can work on probably is when you have, right, good time, use it. Secondly, you need to be more present with more clarity, right? When you got presenting, just share your ideas in such a lucid and elaborate manner, so that takes you to much greater heights. And you need to also spend some time on developing your creative thinking skills. All this will help you to reach much greater heights. All the best. Rishabh, you're very good in creativity and artistic expression, right? You're able to produce very good innovative solutions, and you're articulating your thoughts with very good clarity. Hats off. What you can probably work on is number one, you should have ability to work on multiple solutions for the same problem, right? And number two, you need to also there's something called win-win, right? You need to also care for the win for every stakeholder. And the third one, you need to really complete in time, right? Always keep that in mind. You'll soar much greater heights. All the best. Suryansh, you're very good in creative and artistic expression. You've got a very good ability to come up with different and multiple solutions with the maximum social value. That is super awesome. And you're articulating your thoughts with very good clarity. Hats off. What you need to work on a little bit more so that you can be far more successful in life, resilient, right? Though you had a lot of time, you just stopped with identifying 4 monuments and left it there, right? So you have to put your focus and effort and make sure you come up the best and make the best use of the time. And the second one is, yes, you can be more creative, right? Increase your creativity, the multitude of your solutions with respective creative solutions. That will take you a long way. All the best.
Thank you so much for the jury feedback. I think this feedback is going to be very valuable for our students to ensure that they do better in the next grand finale of creativity and innovation. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me for this grand finale of TCS iON IntelliGem 2024 for creativity and innovation for the junior category. You don't go anywhere. The senior category is coming up, and of course, there is a prize distribution or an award ceremony that will come up with the names of the winner of this grand finale. Please join me for the senior finale of creativity and innovation. I hope to see you there.